the defense looked solid, man, for 2 quarters. But you got to play 4 quarters of football, man. And that's because the preseason, they didn't play, man. And that's what happens. They, in out of their element, for one, the weather. But, they look out of shape, too, because they wasn't getting that same pressure. They weren't stopping the run. And, later in the game, and they weren't stopping, the Bears, period. They had 19 straight points. And, it's the Bears staff adjusted at halftime. We was up 10-0. I think then it was 10-7 or whatever. No, it was 10-0. And basically at halftime, the whole game flipped. We lost 19-10. Who's that on? I don't want to start, getting on Shanahan already, but damn, that shit should have been an easy win. We should have won that game, I would say, like at least 20-7. Because that defense, the pieces they have are solid. The one bright spot I seen was Hufanga. He looked a lot like Troy Polamalu. I believe he had 10 tackles and a pick. He was all over the field. They kept, he was popping off the screen. Like, they kept calling his name, and he was always around the ball. So that looked like that was a good draft pick, and that was in a later round. Bosa, of course, was solid. For a minute, Kinlaw was looking real good, but then, looked like he got hurt, and then I was worried. It's like, damn, again? Already? But, he got back in there. So I think if they can play 4 quarters of football, play like they did in the first quarter, defensively, we can be at the top of the league. It was solid. But the offense, man, that's something that is. And we're supposed to be an offensive-minded team with Kyle Shanahan. That's his thing. He's supposed to be a genius out there. But we look, slow and unspectacular and mediocre. And that's concerning. But yeah, the weather, you can say in the rain, it's hard to throw the football. It's hard to catch the football, It's hard to hold on to the football sometimes, for running backs and receivers. Deebo Samuel, they said, and he had said in the offseason he doesn't want to be used the same way like a running back over and over again, like maybe a few here and there. But what do? They use him like a running back. And what did he do? He fumbled. I'm not saying he can't play running back, but he wants to be a receiver. If they keep doing that, they're going to run him into the ground and he's going to get hurt. Period. So they got to get more creative. These damn end arounds, what they call them, jet sweeps, they only work for a certain amount of time, but he keeps going to that. And then the conservative play calling with the hitch passes, like you just try to get Trey Lance going with these little 1 yard. They damn near become laterals. Because the defense is playing up on those slot receivers and the X receivers. They don't have any space. And in that rain, it's hard to throw those kind of passes, down the sidelines. And then the line that's a weak spot, man. You could talk about our left tackle all you want, how he's elite. But that line in general, it's just not. It's mediocre. So that's the concerning thing. Overall, you can see Lance has more talent. He has more talent than Jimmy G. All right, he has more talent and he has a bigger upside. But he's still young and he has to develop. He's got to get the experience. Only way he can get the experience is by playing. So it's going to be frustrating. It's going to be growing pains. There's going to be people impatient calling for Jimmy G. But I say just go through the process and let things develop. And slowly but surely, I think we're going to be all right.